Today, it's our second episode today, and it's really, really exciting because we do have no name for the show. We're rolling on faster than what we have anticipated that we would. We are looking to talk to people in the community who are doing amazing stuff to help people, charities, not-for-profits, and fundraisers, and people who have their heart and soul and their passion in the community to help other people. And here's my partner in crime. Hang on.
We still don't get that right, do we? I'm introducing myself. See, we really are going on the fly here. So I'm Theonie Roussianos, the other half of Adaire Palmer, in business, not in person.
Well, we might as well be married, you know.
You know what? It'd be a happy marriage, so that's okay. And as Adaire said, so we want to show, we want to give people the opportunity to get out there, all the wonderful things they're doing out in the community, whether it be for a not-for-profit, whether they are the not-for-profit, or whether you're doing something to make a difference, even in your own little neighbourhood. It doesn't really matter. It's just, we just want to share your story. Today we have an amazingly inspirational story with two amazingly inspirational women to chat with. One of them, we're not sure if she's coming on. We're hoping that she gets to jump online. But first of all, so we've got the project for Healing Through Love. And we have Sharlene Lynch on the call today, who's on the video. It's not a call, is it? So she's a vice president of Healing Through Love, who's a born and bred South Aussie. Among her many achievements and passions, Sharlene is a founding member of the Healing Through Love initiative. She's a multi-passionate entrepreneur who runs a business coaching program. She's a keynote speaker on all things mindset, runs a successful multi-level marketing business, and facilitates a weekly beauty school. Sharlene's also the serving chief of the Speakers Institute SA Tribe. She loves face-to-face interaction, assisting others to develop themselves in finding their voice and to share their message, is an enthusiastic community advocate involved in a wide variety of projects, and is always keen to assist where she can. And I think you and I have both experienced that firsthand, Adaire. It's not just words on paper. Welcome, Sharlene.
This girl does stuff. Hello, Dali. How are you going?
Hello, beautiful girls. It's lovely to be having a cup of tea with you this morning.
Oh, it's awesome to have you here. And I see Natasha's just popped into the lobby. So,
hey.
Natasha, we've just done an intro for Healing Through Love and for Sharlene. I'm going to bring you in without as much pomp and pageantry, unfortunately, but you are here with us, and that's the main thing. Hello, Natasha.
And I'll intro Natasha as well, is the president of Healing Through Love. If you've got your Facebook open in the background, Natasha, are you on your phone? I've got feedback.
I had to do this from my car.
No, that's fine. It mustn't be you I'm getting feedback from. It's okay. So Natasha's the president of Healing Through Love and has a caring and friendly nature, is very passionate about helping others. She's always wanting to give back to the community. Natasha's also been a volunteer for various not-for-profit organisations since she was 17. This year, Natasha got together with three like-minded women, Sharlene, Rachael and Rima, and formed Healing Through Love. Being a survivor herself, Natasha wanted to form an organisation that could help women and shift awareness on domestic violence. So Natasha has worked in many industries, including real estate, retail and small business. She started up a cleaning business in Adelaide in 2012 with the aim to bring a higher standard to the cleaning industry. And so Natasha's also the co-founder of Authors Once and Again, a group of new and experienced writers coming together to share, write and support each other. So welcome to the show, Natasha.
Thank you, Theonie.
That is awesome stuff. Thank you both for coming along and joining us on this wintry morning in Adelaide.
You've got your heater on in the car.
So share with us. You can decide who's going to speak first, but how did this the Healing Through Love concept? How did that sort of come about? I know you've done some amazing things recently, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So,
okay, yeah. So this all started about probably 2 years ago. I wanted to actually create some sort of charity, and sort of had this thought about I just want to help people out there. And I had been a domestic violence survivor myself. And so I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to actually do some sort of pampering for women? And so I had was talking to people for a while and nothing really eventuated. And then I actually had this opportunity through the Marion Council Leadership Program to actually create a community event. And so then I started talking to Sharlene and Rima and then Rachael that was in our course. And then this is how it all came about.
That's awesome. I just want to acknowledge we've got a few people who are popped in to say hello today. We've got Leslie. Good morning, Leslie. Thank you for joining us. We've got Rose here as well. She's commenting from the Healing Through Love page. Very clever. Well done, Rose. And the lovely Cherie Lovell is here as well. So if you're watching, jump out, say hello. It's great to see you here. Yeah, I love it. The hearts. Give us some hearts. Give us some love. And also connect with the Healing Through Love page above, or you can actually click on the link that Rose is actually commenting as the Healing Through Love page. So yeah, wherever.
I just wanted to point out from what Natasha said, and a lot of people you speak to out there, all these amazing things, you're doing amazing things with the Pamper Days and, with the Healing Through Love generally. It all starts with one person with one idea. You can't do it alone. You need a band of people behind you to get it moving forward. But it starts with one person. So I'm a firm believer that never think I'm just me. What the hell could I do to help? There's so much you can do. You just need to find your passion and run with it, which is what you two ladies have obviously done. So Sharlene, what's your involvement? How did you become involved with Natasha and Healing Through Love?
Well, on the circuit, the network circuit for Adelaide, Natasha and I had met, and Natasha knew that I was a mindset coach, and she'd already had a look at starting the Pamper Day. So we hooked up and had a conversation, and that went really well. We got some really good ideas, and then it still didn't get off the boil. It was still in, that thinking stage. And then once she joined the Marion Council and she had all guns blazing, she decided to have a meeting at the Holdie, and from there it just went. Well, that was 6 weeks before the actual event. From that point in time, we gave it a name, and we gave it, some bones and skin and arms and legs, and it became an organism, and off it went. Within a space of a week, we had pretty much most of our committee worked out. And then, and we had our our MP worked out as well. So we had Paula Luthen organised within the first week. And then we started collecting the 25 exhibitors. From basically that day, we started making phone calls. But nothing would have happened if we hadn't got Rose Davidson from Does Business. I have to say, she is the backbone of everything administration. So that day, as I drove away from seeing Natasha, I rang Rose and said, Rose, help. This is what we're doing. This is the vision that we've got. Can you help us shift awareness on domestic violence and come on board and be our go-to girl? And she has done that every step of the way.
So within a week
Alice here is saying well done in record time. And
I know, so within a week those bones, skin, arms and legs got their heart and it just kept going.
I love that. You actually built something out of nothing, which is pretty awesome. We've got our net friender from across the other side of the planet, from the Northern Hemisphere here today. Roy, how are you? He's a great support. He actually brought the net friending movement to us. Well, that's where we found the net friending movement, and we've picked it up and, as you girls know, run with it. But that's outside the scope of what we're talking about today. So you started with an idea, a conception of it, and then concept. You got a group of girls together, doing the leadership program through the Marion Council. And is it like, Natasha, a perfect storm? Because I'm just thinking, you got this idea, and I found that I've had so many great ideas, but very few of them actually get off the ground. And You go on.
Yeah. So definitely the leadership program was just the final piece of that puzzle that we needed to actually have it happen. Up until then, just things weren't working. And then once I actually joined that program, it was like everything just fell into place and the right people came on board. And it was like the universe just said, hey, I'm here. Here's these people. Go for it. And it was just amazing, like just an amazing feeling to have achieved something so massive in such a short amount of time, and the amazing people like Sharlene and Rose and Laurel and Claire and Rima and Rachel. Hope I haven't missed anyone out in there. Just come on board just to help.
That's right. You found your little village and you've just got it moving forward. So tell us about your first Pamper Day. So it was 6 weeks from conception of Healing Through Love to the first event. Tell us about how, so you found there were 25 women that you found to pamper these ladies, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
So how did you go about, so I understand you used social media to find, some of them were connections you already had, but then you also used social media to find people who were available and willing to help out on the days. So tell us about how you went about that. Yeah,
so firstly I got onto Messenger and I created a group, and I just remembered all of the people that I'd spoken to over months leading up to that day, and just said, hey, we're looking at doing this Pamper Day. Who'd be interested in coming along and being either a stall holder or a guest speaker? And then it just went from there, and it just went bang, 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 bang. Like, it was just amazing, the amount of people that come on board. And then, of course, like Sharlene pulled in her contacts, and yeah.
I think that's an important point you just raised, is you sent a message to people you'd already spoken to in the months leading up, so you knew they were interested in the cause. It's not just a random inbox, hey, this is what I'm doing, especially with group messages. It's a group message with people you know are like-minded and are interested in helping any way they can in what you're doing. It wasn't just a random message in their inbox. So there is a lot of work in the lead up before you get to that point. With making connections as well, which I think is an important point. So when you're out there meeting people and getting to know what they're about and networking, it's important to make those connections, because then it's not just a random, junk mail, for want of a better term.
Net friending.
Net friending, yes.
Yes, net friending.
Well, the thing is, it's such a new concept. It's and we're all working it out as we go along, which is awesome. I'm really interested in the types of things the types of services, because I've got a little bit of background knowledge on it, because we were sort of involved from the sidelines, even though we weren't there on the day itself. We're more than happy to step in any other time and help support you ladies in what you're doing in any way that we can. But what did the day itself actually look like for people that are coming along, and also for the people who were helping? Like, how did that come together, and what did it look like? So talk us through what it looked like.
Sharlene?
Yeah, okay. So when they turned up, there was 2 purple banners out the side of the swim centre, so that people could see where to come in. And then we had a beautiful welcoming committee of lovely ladies just taking the registration details, because the registrations were done online. So the girls could just say their name. They didn't have to show their tickets, which was good. And if they weren't registered, then we grabbed their details so we can add them to our subscription list to send them more information about our upcoming events. And then they were escorted upstairs, which is where all the fun began. And as soon as they walked in, they were greeted with amazing smells, because Rima had prepared delicious food, starting with baklava, which, as you know, is delicious, and a whole range of amazing foods. So she was there presenting what she's capable of. So she does Rima's Luncheon, which is primarily to actually raise funds for domestic violence and awareness around that as well. And she's actually raising funds at the moment for the monuments that they're building in Port Adelaide, in Christie's Beach and in Adelaide Square. So that was her part. She's on the committee. She's a founding member. So they had to, before they could get to the rest of the activities, they had to walk through the cafe area. So that was very well placed. So if they continued their walk, they were greeted with the very first lady, Helen, who actually created the very first homeless shelter for women. So So, and also the very first family daycare centre and the very first medical centre in Christie's Beach. So she was, it's like the Brady Bunch, I'm just saying. On this side of it looks like the Brady Bunch. And then we had all of the stands. So the girls were privileged to have everything from kinesiology. They had crystal readings. They also had facials as well. They had a hairdresser. She was so busy. She was cutting and styling hair and the children's hair as well. We had a makeup artist there. We had books for sale and giveaway. We also had beautiful products as well at ridiculous prices. There were oils, hand massages, neck and shoulder massages. There was Reiki healing. So basically, just the gamut of everything you can do as far as a pampering. But we also had human services there as well, just going through what they can offer. And we also had the police come as well. And then in the corner, we had Laurel's little posse, which was clothing that she'd actually had for $1 donation. And that dollar went to the White Ribbon. And these were for outfits the girls could wear to court and also for job interviews. So shoes, handbags, outfits, filing equipment so they can keep their court records and all of those things, or for girls that were studying. Yeah. And that was a whole separate room.
With the I didn't realise human services and the police were there as well. That's massive, because a lot of women who, and I know men suffer domestic violence as well, but people who suffer through domestic violence, I guess you go through this whole mindset thing and they don't know where to go. They don't know who to call for help. So
that's exactly what Natasha had in mind when she brought together the Pamper Day, that it would be a mixture of pampering and information, so that it covered everything. It was a one-stop shop to have all of your answers, all of your questions answered. And we had the beautiful MP, we had Paula Luthen open the ceremony, and we had Carolyn Habib, who owns the portfolio for domestic violence. She was there as well, so she was representing. So we managed to get some, important people there as well. And then we had the belly dancers perform. We also had a banjo.
Yeah. Did you perform?
Yes.
So, I'm sitting there hand massaging, and then I quickly run out, get changed, come out, then I belly dance.
Do you want to give us a demo now, just to put you on the spot?
Massage again.
How many hats did you wear, Sharlene?
Well, later on in the day, I did get up and give a talk in the speaker's corner as well, so I wore that hat as well. So that brings me to upstairs. Upstairs, we had the quiet room, and in the quiet room is our sharing room, and it gave the girls an opportunity to share what their particular gifts, whatever it is they might bring. It could be from finance background, it could be from mindset. And then we also had yoga class in there as well. So all of that was carefully happening at the same time as the treatments, the pampering and the information happening on the concourse, which was the ground floor, first floor. So it was just beautifully pulled off. There's things that we would change next time and improve, but the bare bones of it were magnificent. It was a beautiful thing to behold.
You're always going to find things that you can tweak to improve upon. It doesn't mean the event was a failure. If you see it as a failure, that's a bloody successful failure.
Right. we would like to. We did have. I must say, while I was doing the massages, it gave me an opportunity to hold people's hands and just have a conversation with them. And for me, that was, and I'm going to cry, so I'm going to just hold it together here, was a beautiful healing experience. So I've been on the other side, so I really get what they were talking about. But some of the challenges were so raw and so, like yesterday, it was like happening Friday, and we were massaging them and talking to them, and it was just beautiful to be in that space. And yeah, it was truly a blessing to be in that position. And I know that the other exhibitors felt the same way, a beautiful opportunity to share. And we were also talking about our businesses too, because everyone there had their own business. So they were doing that as well. But it gave them an opportunity to give first and then say, this is what I do. Are you interested? And people could say yes or no. But it was just a lovely environment.
Yeah. So moving forward, Natasha, what's next for Healing Through Love?
Before we go there, can I just give a big shout out to Rose Davidson. She's actually commenting at her business page now. clever girl. She must listen to what I teach. And
Not about you, it's about her.
shameless plug. And Alice is saying Rima is amazing and so committed in making a difference in the community and beyond. When you were talking about Rima doing the cooking, I actually realised that I had met her probably 12 or 18 months ago. And she just made such an impact. And then when I'm going, oh my God, this is the same woman. And her heart was I just was so impressed by the space, and her heart was just amazing. So Charlene's dropped down into the lobby. I think she's had some internet problems. But Rima, it's so cool to see you working together to get the dream and the vision that all of you have coming together to make a real difference. So this is just really fantastic. So Natasha, yes, what's next?
Okay, so this started out as, I guess, a community group, obviously doing something great out there, and now we need to actually register as a proper incorporated association, so then we can get a lot more funding and go bigger. We plan to have 2 pamper days a year, so we want to do another one later on this year, and then we also have a movie night fundraiser coming up in the next month or so as well. So yeah, lots and lots of things moving forward, and just more people coming on board to help us, because that was our very first event and put together so quickly. We've learned what worked, what didn't, what we need to do, and moving forward, it'll be a lot tighter, like a lot sort of.
Yeah. So with the fundraiser,
if you did it perfectly the first time, there'd be nowhere to go, would there?
That's right. So with the fundraising side of things, what the money raised, what does it do?
Okay, so we registered for Catherine House Campaign 30, which is that money goes towards their shelters. So the first lot of money that we raise from the first event is going to them, and then also from the next event as well. And then from there, we will sort of look at aligning with other causes as well in the domestic violence area.
Excellent.
Okay, so how can we help you?
That's a great question.
How can we or other people watching either the show today join, or those, and welcome to those who have joined us. Thank you very much for sharing this space with us this morning on this wet, wintry day in Adelaide.
And one thing we haven't said, please share. Please share.
I've had this scrolling through. Sharing is caring. Help get the word out. So I'd like to ask you how we can help you, Theonie and myself, through the show with no name, and also how people who watch this and who watch the replay, what's the best way that we can get involved and help you?
That's a great question. So if they're running a business that can help us, so if they can offer some type of pampering, contact us through our page or the website and let us know what you can do, whether it be donations that you're giving to the next event, because we also run a raffle as well at each event, or whether or not you would be interested in holding a stand at the next event. That would be fantastic. So if you know someone who's in need, get our page information to them, because not everybody who needs to see it has Facebook. So maybe find a way to get that information to the people in need, because our next one, I believe, Natasha, will be northern suburbs. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, we want to try and spread it so we have one time of the year in the north and the other time in the south, just so that we can cater to everyone.
Yeah, and then the next thing is the film night. So the film night is Think and Grow Rich, the book, and it's going to be the only show. I know, right? It's going to be the only showing of the movie in South Australia. So we're expecting to get 500 people through the door. So once we've got all the details.
When?
Okay, so that's a little bit more complicated, because we're still waiting for the film to literally land in Australia. And so we're not going to set the date until it has landed, because we tried that before and it didn't work. Okay, so we're going to wait for the film to land, and then as soon as it lands, we'll get that organised. But the tickets will be reasonably priced. The money will go directly from us directly to Catherine House. And so that's predominantly a fundraiser. And there'll be goodie bags and all sorts of stuff. So we're also looking for people that would like to donate goodies for the goodie bags as well, because we want to make it a really gala event. We want to have a photo wall as well like, you know, they do for big events, and have photos so that we get some press stuff out there as well. So attending that event and sharing that event will be massive. This is a crowd-funded movie, so it's not done by Hollywood, but it does tell the story beautifully of the Think and Grow Rich. It's really good.
I heard about that and I went, oh man, I have to see it. And to be able to see it with a group of people who are doing such amazing things will just be an absolute treat. So what I'm going to talk to you girls about afterwards is somewhere that we can register our interest. So I'm thinking maybe I'll talk to you afterwards about setting up some chat bots on your page so that we can actually get a group of, like, if people want to be informed, then we'll do that. Alice is saying, I know you have to go, Theonie has to be somewhere in about 10 minutes, but Alice is saying, I was also fortunate to be part of the community leadership program, and seeing the commitment to healing through love from both Natasha and Rachael was phenomenal and inspiring. Well done to everyone involved. This is a much needed cause and awareness. And Sonia is just giving us a yay. So that is brilliant. So well done, ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done for getting out there and actually doing something, because quite often people sit there and think, they find something they're passionate about. There's something out there that they see there's a need, but then that's where it stops. It's just, I care about this, and that's where it stops. So well done on, getting this off the ground and having, in such a short space of time. 6 weeks is just crazy good. You made a massive success of it, and I look forward to seeing where it all goes moving forward, because it's only going to get better.
It is only going to get better. There's a song about that.
Don't get me started. I'm not
going to even go there.
Hashtag Theonie can't sing. Nod. Hashtag nod.
Hashtag nodding.
Hashtag nodding.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, wow. So we're going to wind it up here. Cherie saying we're also inspiring. Thank you. Well, it's actually people like you, Cherie, people like you, Sharlene and Natasha, that give us the inspiration. I think we all inspire each other, and that's what we're all about, is helping each other grow and flourish. And now Natasha's gone, so we can't say goodbye to her, but Sharlene, thank you, and Natasha, thank you. I did want to, I'm sorry she's gone, but what I wanted to do before Natasha went, but if we actually do something like with our faces here, if we just look at the camera and just go like this for 3 seconds and smile, we can get a selfie. What we could do, okay, that's enough, darling.
Oh my God, that laugh. Your laugh and Effie's laugh. It must be a bloody Nutramedics thing.
Oh my God, no, you should see us. We're on a plane together. Oh, we've had requests to get off the plane.
What a beautiful note to wind it up. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thanks to Natasha. And I'm hoping that we can get a decent shot of all of us on the screen like the Brady Bunch, but in the absence of that, we're going to get a real fun one of just the three of us.
And what we can do before we go, now that you all know, what the show is about, help us find a name. We kind of like the show with no name, but, we think a name would be a bit better. So if you can think of a name for the show with no name, keeping in mind what we're about. So it's about community. It's about helping people get their causes out there into the wider community, and whether they're a not-for-profit, whether they're volunteering for a not-for-profit or some other charity, or whether they're just helping, not just, because it's never just, even if you're helping one person, you're doing something massive, whether they're helping, someone in their own community, their own street, no matter how big or small, if their story, we want to get people's stories out there and show that, real people making a real difference. So if you know anybody you think we need to speak to, let us know, shoot us a message, or needs to speak to us, because we want to get people's causes out there, because,
we're all about community, and we're all about bringing all the expertise and knowledge and skills and net friending that we have all together, so it just melds and really helps people. So awesome stuff. Effie's saying see you tonight. I'm hoping she means see you tomorrow night.
Are we forgetting something?
The pajama party.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking tonight, are we forgetting something? Maybe we're meant to be somewhere, because Jerry did ask me what I'm doing tonight, and I'm thinking, I've got Speakers Club next Thursday. I don't think I'm doing anything this Thursday.
I think it's tomorrow night, Effie. She's a day ahead. She's so excited about it. All right, gorgeous girls. Thank you again. We will see you on the flip side. Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm Adaire Palmer, Theonie Roussianos, and Sharlene.